right. Hi, Jessie. How are you?
I'm good, Judy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. So let me go ahead and look at next week. So is
Okay.
next week at this time still good for you?
Yeah, that's really probably the best day and time.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get you in there. Perfect. All right. So Jessie, tell me, how was your week?
I feel like I had a really good week. I had family in town, so it was really nice to see them and to be able to catch up. And we did some, we did some cooking at home. So I got to do some cooking with my mom and myself or my mother-in-law. And then we went out to eat a couple times as well.
Okay. All right. You mentioned that you had a good week. So share with me what was good about your week.
Well, we did. I feel like I made some really good choices when we were cooking, and then when we went out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I did good at watching my portion sizes, so I think I made some really good choices, better than I've done before.
Okay. What prompted you, Jessie, to go to participate and go out to eat with your family?
It's just something that we've always done. I don't get to see them very often, and it's so when we get together, it's always like, where are we going to go out to eat, or what are we going to eat? So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Jessie, when you were out with your family and when you were cooking at home, what was going through your mind when you were making those conscious decisions not to eat your Jenny Craig food?
I don't know that I had anything really going through my mind at that point. I think it's just a habit that we just kind of do our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't really thinking about anything else.
Okay. So when you have done this before,
Mm-hmm.
right, and versus to where you are now, right? So share with me, what it looked like before when you were dining out and doing all those things, and the difference maybe that you made now in terms of doing that.
Mm-hmm. My choices were a lot better
Mm-hmm.
this time. Still kind of had that, just did whatever, wherever we wanted to go.
Sure.
But I would have eaten whatever I wanted to before.
Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha. All right, I think I have a pretty good understanding of what happened last week, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about that in a few minutes.
Okay.
So do you have your menu with you this week? Let's
I
take a
do.
look at that. Awesome. Okay. All right, so Jessie, I see here that you went ahead and you really did a great job with self-monitoring.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually went in and put those 5 meals in
Yes.
that you ate out and that you cooked at home on as well, okay? So when you think of self-monitoring, checking off the foods and writing those foods in there, what are you learning in terms of the self-monitoring piece?
Well, specifically when I had my family in town, like when I was noticing what I should have had for Jenny, what you guys had laid out versus what I had, it was definitely different foods than what I normally have when I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also an awareness to see how much I was eating. Because I tried to, as you can see, I kind of try to gauge the
Mhm.
portion on it as well.
Mm-hmm. You said it was an awareness.
Yeah.
What kind of an awareness or learning did you have last week with this?
That I feel like I made good choices, but I probably didn't adhere, I didn't, adhere as much to the way that you guys have it laid out.
Yeah, okay, all right. So I see here that you've got some extra activity in last week. Tell me what prompted that.
Well, going out to eat, or even the cooking at home, I could just really feel it on my body. So I wanted to burn some extra calories before I came in and just kind of get back on track.
Okay, all right. And I see here with your daily weight, you were weighing every day,
Mhm.
right? I see that it went up a little bit and then it stayed the same. So tell me some awarenesses you had with that as well.
So it was interesting. So I went and I had Mexican food. That's what we had this night. And so you can see it kind of spiked up.
Yeah.
And then I tried to make sure the next day I was doing a little bit better. And so that's like what you said, it kind of stayed the same. So it was really kind of interesting. It was all over the place.
Yeah, okay, all right. So knowing that you dined out 5 days last week, what type of results are you expecting to see at the scale today?
Well, just taking a look at when I weighed this morning, it's going to go up probably about a pound.
Okay, all right, so let's go to the scale
Okay.
and let's see where you're at.
Okay.
All right, so you're right, Jesse, you're up a pound, all right? But I see here that you are still down a total of 10 pounds, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put the date here, and I'm gonna write in your weight for today. And there you are, down a total of 10. So why don't you go ahead and color that in for me?
There you go.
Okay, all right. And then Jesse, I'm also gonna make a note here that you had 5 meals here that you didn't follow, okay? So when you take a look at your visual success tracker, right? And you see where you had meals out on and the results that you had. Share with me what you see that's different from other weeks, maybe when you were following the plan.
Even like looking at the week prior to where I was losing the last few weeks, and then versus this week, and this was the first time I went out that it went up in the wrong direction, or went up.
Yeah.
So that was the wrong direction.
Okay, all right. So there you go. All righty, we'll put that aside. All right, so Jesse, I want to ask you, what is motivating you to lose your weight?
Really the run that I did some research and I found one in Dallas for September 15th.
Ooh.
So I have a few months, but I need to lose the weight as I'm running. It'll help with, I need to build up my speed.
Okay, all right. So why is losing weight and the September 15th mud run in Dallas so important to you?
Well, if I don't lose weight, it's gonna make it a lot harder to do, so it's a 5K and then the obstacle and everything. And if I don't, it's gonna make it really hard for me to be able to do all that, and I wanna be able to actually complete it the right way and not cheat and go around obstacles.
Okay, okay, all right. So let me paint this picture for you, Jesse.
Okay.
All right, you've lost your weight. It's September 15th. You're in the mud run in Dallas. It's a 5K, and you're completing it the right way. You're not moving around and like you said, cheating, right? What will you have achieved?
It'll be a big accomplishment. I'll just feel really successful. Even if it's the only one I'll do, I'll feel really successful. I just want to at least get one.
Okay, all right. So Jesse, it sounds like it resonates something a little deeper with you. It sounds like the mud run on September 15th in Dallas is just truly important to you, but it really sounds like accomplishment and successful is where it truly lies deep within. Do I have that right?
That's right.
Okay, all right. So Jesse, let's talk a little bit about what happened last week,
Okay.
right? It sounds like you had a really challenging week, right? You got into some dining out events with your family, you were cooking at home, but it also sounds like to me that you want to be successful. You want to feel accomplished. You've got this mud run coming up on September 15th. And it sounds like to me you want to be successful with the program. Now, what you have here is what I call a lapse list. And what I'd like to do is really give you a strategy or a solution that's really going to support you the next time that you get into these situations.
Okay.
So as I said, what you have here is what we call lapse list. And this is where you've made that conscious decision or a slip up not to follow the program as it's laid out. Now, my clients have shared with me that when they're in the moment, right, and they're making those decisions to eat off the Jenny Craig plan, right, they're thinking to themselves, you know what, I could probably take this food and I could probably use it into next week. So share with me, Jesse, what kind of thoughts did you have when you were making that decision?
Yeah, no, that same exact thought. I thought, well, that's okay. It's not like I'm going to lose money, that I'm just going to make this list and, work it into this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, my clients have also shared with me as well, is when they follow that full plan menu as it's laid out, that's where they're getting the results and they're able to lose their weight. Now, they've also shared with me that, you know, if we remove that option of where they're not putting those foods into next week, they would have made a different decision and would have probably just followed through and ate their Jenny Craig meals. So tell me, Jessie, how would your decision have changed if we had removed that option for you?
That actually never occurred to me. If I couldn't do it, then I would have found a way to eat my Jenny, but then also, of course, spend time with the family as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Jessie, sometimes it's just about shifting and changing the mindset and developing new habits and behaviors, as well as that internal dialogue that we say to ourselves as well, right? So this week, in order to support you with changing that mindset, because I really want you to be able to learn how to make better decisions in the moment.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and use 3 items off of that lapse list. Now, rest assured, the following weeks that are coming up, we're going to go ahead and use the remainder of those items.
Okay.
That way, you're going to be able to really think it through and make better decisions in the moment, and we can really support you in changing that mindset.
Okay.
So with that being said, Jessie, what plan do you want to put into place to follow the complete plan menu this week?
Well, just making sure that I have nothing going on this week, thankfully. Just making sure that I fully get back on track and that I don't, if something happens to come up, that I just remember that doesn't mean I have the option to bring in a list, that I need to find a healthier plan. So really sticking with that menu.
Okay. So Jessie, you mentioned get back on track and stick with the menu.
Right.
So what steps are going to help you do that? What action steps do you want to put into place to ensure that you stay back on track and with that complete menu?
Well, you know, do what I'd normally do, and that's just making sure my menu is with me and continue to monitor as well. And then also to make sure I have all my food with me.
Okay. All right. So Jessie, what could be the challenge of you having your menu with you and having all your food with you?
Sometimes I'm in a rush in the morning, so I might get distracted and just kind of head straight out the door. You could easily forget forget an item like my fruit or something, one of the smaller items.
Okay.
So I could see that, or my salad.
Okay. All right. So what backup plan do we want to put into place to ensure if you're rushing and you're leaving things behind, what can we ensure to do that that doesn't happen?
One thing that's really helped that I need to get back on track with is I have it's like notepads and stuff laying around, and put the note, write a note, making sure I get it. And when I would put it on my keys, then it was easy to remember because I couldn't have to move it to grab my key.
Okay, so you're going to write a note and
Yeah.
put it on your keys,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent. All right. Jessie, you have a really great plan put into place. And, I want, for you to be as honest as you were today really took courage. Great job. Good job. So, Jessie, how are you going to hold yourself accountable to the plan that you have put into place?
I'm going to make sure as soon as I get home that I make that note. Actually, I'm going to make the note before I leave here, before I
Okay.
get my food.
All right.
And go ahead as soon as I get home and I put my key down, to put that right on top of my key. And I'll put it right on top of my purse when I leave here, so I have it ready to go.
Okay, perfect. So what can I do to support you this week?
Maybe just check on me in a few days and make sure I'm keeping up with my note.
Okay, I can definitely do that.
Okay.
All right. So Jessie, while it's fresh in your mind, I want you to go ahead and I want you to write in your motivation. What is going to keep you motivated to follow through on the plan this week? You shared with me the mud run. You shared with me accomplishment, successful. All right. So on the back, Jessie, let's go ahead and write in your plan as well. So you want to ensure that you were back on track. You're gonna make sure that you have your menu with you. You're gonna leave yourself a note on top of your keys to ensure that you have everything that you need, your menu and your food. And you're gonna make the note before you leave here today, while I'm pulling your food.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, all right, so Jessie, you are on Plan Week 2, 1,200 calories. Now Jessie, I know that you were getting the strawberry yogurt anytime bar, but we do have other flavors as well. We have the cookie dough, we have the peanut butter crunch, and we have the creamy peanut butter. Which one would you prefer?
I wanted to try the creamy peanut butter this week. Change it up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now Jessie, you were sharing with me that you typically got the vanilla shakes. Now we have chocolate as well. Would you like to stick with the vanilla or change it up this week?
I'll stick with the vanilla. I've really enjoyed those.
All right. In terms of your vegetable sides, we have the cheesy broccoli or we have the garlic and beans. Which one would you prefer?
I haven't done the garlic and beans yet, so I'll try that for this week.
Okay. And your salad dressings. I know that you were doing the balsamic. We have the creamy herb as well, or you can do a combination of both. Which would you like to do?
Let me change it up. I'll do a combination this time.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Now, Jessie, I know that, you and I talk about this every week, but I want to talk to you really about this again as well. We want to help as many people in the community get started as possible to lose weight. So who do you know that you would like to bring in and hear about the program? There's a monetary attachment to it as well. You would get $25 off your food, and your friend would get $25 off of their food as well. So who do you know that you'd like to bring in and maybe buddy up with somebody on the program?
Well, I've been talking to one of my really good friends. She's not ready yet, but I continue to talk to her about it.
And what's your friend's name?
Kim?
All right, did you want me to give Kim a call, or is this something you want to talk to her about?
I think it would be best that I continue to talk to her, and then when I know she's ready, then for you to call her at that point.
Okay, you go ahead and give me this pay it forward pass, all right? So you go ahead and talk to Kim as well. All right, so Jessie, you have a wonderful week. I really look forward to talking to you this week and to making sure that everything you have into place, and you're going to have another successful week.
Thank you. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Jessie. Bye now.
Bye.